American leader Donald Trump is not abandoning plans to annex Greenland to the United States. His administration has prepared and already sent instructions to departments on how to implement this idea. As part of this plan, the residents of Greenland will be explained the advantages of the island joining the United States. The New York Times reported on this, citing sources within the US government. It is noted that the plan was not based on a military scenario for capturing the island, but rather on influencing the public opinion of the local population. According to one US official, the White House National Security Council met several times to turn Trump's words into action and recently sent specific instructions to various government agencies. The full details of the plan are currently unknown. However, despite hints from the US president about the possible use of force, discussions led by the National Security Council never seriously considered military options, the official said. The plan involves using advertising and social media campaigns to shape favorable public opinion among the 57,000 local residents regarding joining the US. Among the messages is an appeal to the shared heritage of Greenlanders and Inuit people, as well as the indigenous population of Alaska. According to the New York Times, this plan seems to already be in action. The members of Trump's team have publicly stated that Denmark had poorly cared for the island's inhabitants, and they argue that only the United States could protect Greenland from an invasion from Russia and China. Donald Trump has also said that the United States would help Greenlanders get rich. The White House is also exploring financial incentives for Greenland's residents, including the possibility of replacing the $600 million in subsidies that Denmark provides to the island with an annual payment of about $10,000 per resident. Some officials in the Trump administration believe these costs could be offset by the revenues from the future extraction of Greenland's natural resources, which include rare earth minerals, copper, gold, uranium and oil. Greenland, as an autonomous territory, is part of the Kingdom of Denmark and is the largest island on Earth, located between the Arctic Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. The United States has a military base there. The Trump administration has repeatedly expressed intentions to take control of Greenland. Specifically, it was reported that the White House was studying the cost of seizing the island. In Denmark, US statements are considered unacceptable, and the country is increasing its defense budget to strengthen Greenland's defense capabilities.
European countries vowed Friday to send billions of dollars in further funding to help Ukraine keep fighting Russia's invasion, as a U.S. envoy pursued peace efforts in a trip to Russia amid growing questions about the Kremlin's willingness to stop the more than three-year war. According to Associated Press, British Defence Secretary John Healey said that the new pledges of military aid announced totaled over €21 billion, a record boost in military funding for Ukraine, and we are also surging that support to the frontline fight. Healey gave no breakdown of that figure, and Ukraine has in the past complained that some countries repeat old offers at such pledging conferences or fail to deliver real arms and ammunition worth the money they promise. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said last week that Ukraine's backers have provided around $21 billion so far in the first 3 months of this year. EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas said Friday that more than $26 billion have been committed. Umarov, for his part, described the meeting was productive, effective and efficient, and said that it produced one of the largest packages of assistance Ukraine has received. Russian forces hold the advantage in Ukraine, with the war now in its 4th year. Ukraine has endorsed a U.S. ceasefire proposal, but Russia has effectively blocked it by imposing far-reaching conditions. The Russian delay in accepting Washington's proposal has frustrated U.S. President Donald Trump and fueled doubts about whether Russian President Vladimir Putin really wants to stop the fighting while his bigger army has momentum on the battlefield. Friday's meeting is the 27th gathering of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group. It's being chaired by Britain and Germany. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth will be absent from a forum that the United States created and led for several years, although he was due to take part via video. Hegseth spent the first part of this week in Panama and returned to Washington on Wednesday night.
Welcome to the press conference of the UDC.
The new pledges of military aid announced today through the UDCG total over 21 billion euros. A record boost in military funding for Ukraine, and we're also surging that support to the frontline fight. From the UK, we will spend £4.5 billion this year in military support for Ukraine, our highest ever level. And today I'm announcing £350 million to surge that support into the hands of Ukraine's frontline fighters. That's a package that includes radar systems, anti-tank mines, and hundreds and thousands of new drones.
If you could give us some more insight on what exactly you requested today and how you...
We should better look on our own and to do what we have to do and we can do. And this is what we are doing now. We take on more responsibility as Europeans and NATO as Europeans together with UK. We do whatever we can do to support Ukraine as long as it takes. And I think today was a quite impressive evidence for what we are able and willing to do. And this is what counts, not whether a minister takes part physically or virtually.
Rutte gave us last week.
The US has told us after the new administration stepped in that they will be besides Europe, besides Ukraine, but their focus will be in Asia Pacific or in the Pacific. They're still participating in UDCG. They are providing us security assistance, and they took a lead in a peace initiative, which they are focused. And Ukraine have supported President Trump's peace initiative and participated in several occasions where US team has got all 100% of support from Ukrainian team. So at this stage, I say it's a share of responsibilities that European partners are taking the lead. US is besides us and focused on the peace, and we're working together. Our job is to make it happen.